Once upon a time, in a city that never seemed to sleep, there lived a young woman named Maya, who had a heart as big as the ocean and hands that were never still. Maya worked in a very large, very loud garment factory, where the machines went click, clack, click, clack from the moment the sun rose until the moon peeked through the dusty windows. Her job was to sew silver buttons onto bright blue coats, and she did it better than anyone else because she had a very special reason for working so hard. Every stitch she made was for her mother, Sarah, and her little brother, Leo, who lived in a tiny village far away where the hills were green but the pockets were empty. The houses there were made of old wood that groaned in the wind, and the roofs had holes that let the cold rain drip inside during winter. Before leaving for the city, Maya had made a pinky promise to Leo that she would send every extra coin she earned so they could build a new house with strong brick walls and a bright red roof that would sing when it rained. In the city, Maya lived in a cramped room with her husband, Silas, who worked at the docks lifting heavy crates. Every Friday evening, which she lovingly called Hope Day, she counted her money at their small wooden table and placed the coins and bills into a bright blue envelope. "Please, Silas," she would say with a tired but happy smile, "take this to the post office tomorrow. Tell Mama we're closer to the red roof." Silas would hug her and promise to mail it first thing in the morning. Maya trusted him completely. But Silas was hiding a secret as dark as a cloudy night. Instead of walking to the post office, he went in the opposite direction, to the bright part of the city where shop windows sparkled. There he met Clara, a woman who loved silk ribbons, golden bracelets, and cakes that tasted like strawberries and cream. Each week, Silas gave her the blue envelope, and Maya's hard-earned money paid for shiny gifts. Meanwhile, in the village, Mama Sarah and Leo walked daily to the post office. "Nothing today," the postmaster would say. Weeks turned into months. No envelopes arrived. Leo's shoes grew too small. Blankets were stuffed into cracks in the walls to keep out the wind. They worried that Maya was sick or had forgotten them. They sent letters, but Silas hid them under the floorboards before Maya could see them. Instead, he told her, "Your mother is already buying bricks for the new kitchen." Maya was so happy she cried, and she worked even harder. Then, one morning, she woke with a strange, prickly feeling in her stomach. Something wasn't right. Without telling Silas, she used her secret emergency savings to buy a bus ticket to the village. She imagined Leo running toward her in front of a brand new brick house with a shining red roof. But when she arrived, her heart sank. The house was the same leaning shack she had left behind. Leo stood barefoot in the dirt, fixing a broken fence with rusty wire. "Maya, you're alive!" he cried, hugging her knees. Mama Sarah came to the door, thin and tired. "We never received anything," she said softly. "Not a single coin." The world seemed to spin around Maya. Every blue envelope, every Friday, every promise. Hope Day had been a lie. "I'm going back," Maya said, her voice strong as iron. "I'm going to find out where our dream went." That very night, Maya returned to the city. She did not go home. Instead, she waited outside the docks until Silas finished work, then followed him quietly through the streets. She watched him stop at a flower shop and buy white roses with a bill she recognized, one marked with a tiny ink stain she herself had made. Her heart cracked a little more. He walked to a fancy restaurant glowing with golden lamps and velvet curtains. Inside, Clara sat waiting, wearing a necklace that sparkled so brightly it hurt Maya's eyes. a necklace that probably cost 50 blue envelopes. Maya did not shout or cry. Instead, she wrote a note. "The bricks for the red roof are here." She asked a waiter to deliver it to the man at table 4. From outside the window, she saw Silas read the note. His face turned pale. His eyes darted nervously toward the door. Then Maya stepped inside. The restaurant fell silent. "The money I earned with my tired hands," she said clearly, "was for a roof to keep my brother dry and walls to keep my mother warm." Clara looked from Maya's worn shoes to the shiny necklace around her own neck. Slowly, she removed it. "I didn't know," Clara whispered. "He told me he was a rich merchant with no family." Maya picked up the necklace and the blue envelope still peeking from Silas's pocket. Silas stammered excuses, but Maya only shook her head. "You had the chance to be a hero. Instead, you chose to be a thief. You can keep the roses, Silas, but you cannot keep me." She walked out without looking back. The next morning, Maya sold the necklace and went straight to the post office herself. She sent a large package filled with clothes, shoes, and enough money to hire builders immediately. But she did not stop there. She returned to the village for good. Soon, the hills echoed with the sound of hammers. Within a month, a new house stood proudly where the old shack had leaned. It had white walls, a sturdy porch, and a bright red roof that gleamed in the sunlight. On the first rainy night, the family sat together in their warm kitchen as the roof sang its tap-tap-tap song. Leo laughed and danced. Mama Sarah's eyes shone with happiness. Maya sat by the window, listening to the rain. She felt no sadness for the city she had left behind. She felt proud. She had learned that hard work is a treasure. Trust is the key that guards it, and courage is the hammer that we build what has been broken. The village children often visited the house of the red roof, and Maya told them her story, not to make them sad, but to teach them that honesty builds stronger walls than bricks ever could. And the girl who once sewed buttons in the dark became the woman who built her family's future in the light. And they all lived happily and honestly ever after.